Hello and welcome to my channel Avantika's Astro, and today's video is on when moon is placed in the water signs. What happens when moon is placed in the water signs? So in this video I'm going to talk about multiple aspects of this placement. When moon is placed in the water signs, it can have the element of sadness. It can cause more stress. It can cause depression, anxiety, and most importantly, it can help native to connect with his psychic abilities. It can help native to connect with his psychic perceptions a little well than others. It can help native to look and feel things very deeply beyond physical walls, physical ranges. And which is why when moon is placed in the water signs, it is considered very good for connecting with your psychic abilities or raising and strengthening your psychic abilities. Now we need to understand one thing here. Moon is a watery planet, and when it is placed in the water signs, which fall in 4th, 8th and 12th house in Kalpurush chart. So Moksha Trikona is the space of transformation. It is not a space which is going to contain you or it is going to make you feel stable. Even 4th house, which is a house of comfort, but we all leave our comfort zone. Sooner or later we all do. Some to a greater extent, some to small extent. Still, we are all bound to leave our comfort zone. Only then we can transform. Only then we can experience our individual growth. That's what happens. So, these water signs that carry the element of transformation, they are always helping you to discover something about yourself, something about your inner being, something about your true purpose, ultimate purpose. So when moon is placed in these signs, then native is usually going through a lot of transformation on a day-to-day basis, and which is why he cannot feel very stable mentally, emotionally, psychologically. He cannot feel that stable. He cannot feel very confident also, because he is busy analyzing, because this displacement will confirm heavy transformation. So native is going through a lot when moon is placed in the water signs. He is feeling things very deeply, and because of this emotional response to usual things in life, like he can be someone who is very much concerned with other people's pain. He can be more empathetic, he can be more compassionate, he can feel the factor of belongingness way too much in his life. So these are the elements that become very influential in native's life when moon is placed in the water signs, because of which sadness, low feelings, mood swings, anxiety, depression, stress can take over native way too much sometime. And you'll have to understand one thing, that water signs, now 8th house and 12th house in Kalpurush chart are occupied with Scorpio and Pisces. So these signs are helping you to transform in a way where you are able to complete your birth cycle by elevating spiritually. So these signs will always help you to connect with the psychic realm, with the spiritual realm, which is the sign of, very much the sign of Pisces and also Scorpio. And Cancer, why? Because Cancer sign helps you to connect with your emotions deeply, and when you are able to connect with your emotions deeply, you are able to understand yourself. So when we take the sign of a Scorpio, let's say 8th house, now 8th house is the house of sudden transformation, sudden changes, and it indicates the death of your previous self and the birth of your new self. So this cycle is represented by these water signs, and hence when a planet like moon, which is your mind, your emotions, your thoughts, when it will be placed in these signs, then your mind will always be going towards transformation. It will be concerned with the feeling of feeling things in a way that you are able to understand not just this space, not just this planet and things around you, but also something beyond this planet. You want to understand things on a cosmic level. You want to know about other dimensions. You want to know about space. You want to comprehend many things that help you to learn and examine information which is underground, or maybe something that is unknown. So moon in the water signs is very good when it comes to learning psychic sciences. So for people who are little concerned that my moon is in the water signs and it will make me a depressed person, or maybe of course, I mean, you might have experienced and you go through this emotional overhauling most of the times. I understand, but you'll have to understand that you need to organize this energy, which is so good. And when it comes to connecting with your inner being, going inward, and then bringing out the information which is about your new self. So the stirring is happening all the time when moon is placed in the water signs. You cannot escape this stirring, this process. You'll have to just learn to deal with it. See, moon in the water signs, it represents the soft side of your personality. And these water signs, I mean the water element, it represents the soft aspect of your personality. When fire element becomes dominating in native's chart, then he might just fail to experience the psychic aspects of life. Not that he can't raise or strengthen his psychic ability, but in that case, his 8th or 12th house needs to be little more active. Let's say someone is having sun and moon both in the fire sign. Then that native, he may not be that much concerned about these aspects of life. He may not be concerned about something called intuition, or he may have no interest in exploring anything beyond physical ranges, underground matters, unknown sciences or subjects. But yeah, if he has his 8th and 12th house a little more active, then yes, he can take some interest in these areas as well. See, both the elements, whether it is fire or water, they help us to grow spiritually. But fire signs, they help us with our spiritual growth in a different manner. They help us to purify, they help us to cleanse. Whereas water signs, they help us to dig more, to learn more about ourselves, to learn about our dark side, and they help us to transform. Now, fire signs, they help us to shed that skin which is no more needed. So it helps us with that charge which is needed to rise above, And water signs, they help us to gather information about ourselves and help us spot and locate that where I need to put more work and where I need to gain better understanding of myself, so that I can transform and reach out to a different level now. Few suggestions I would like to give to people who have their moon in water sign is that their mind should never be empty. That way, empty mind is not a great thing for anyone, but this particular aspect can amplify native's highs and lows, his mental and emotional turbulence. So his mind should always be engaged in some productive or creative task, so that he can learn to tame this dispersed energy and he can organize himself in day-to-day life. Second thing is focus on strengthening your fire element. Your fire element can offer you the charge that helps you to feel more confident and in charge and control of things. It can help you to manage things more effectively. And fire element helps you to burn down the lower passions like desires, feelings, attachments that are not helping you in any way but are causing you more harm. So it is very important to strengthen your fire element through activities like fire gazing and exposure to sun. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I'll see you all in the next video. Take good care of yourself.